Hey, it's Miss Kellie Michele. Welcome back to my channel. All right, so today's video is going to be a little bit real estate investment friendly. For those of you all who may not be familiar with real estate investments, I am going to talk about the BRRRR method. BRRRR. Okay, excuse my accent. But BRRRR stands for buy, renovate, rent, and refinance. That's what the BRRRR acronym stands for. All right. So let me tell you how the BRRRR method fits into the midterm rental space. Okay. All right. So now, for those of you who do know a little bit about investments or real estate investing, then this will be very familiar to you. So here you go. All right. Okay. So if you can find a property that needs work, all right, and this is in the case of buying a property, not rental arbitrage. We're specifically talking about buying a property. If you can find a property that needs work, but it's in a very, very good location and it could make you some serious money, then what you can do is you can buy that property at a discount, meaning it will automatically have equity in it once you fix it up. Okay. So you're going to buy it at a discount because it needs work. You're going to renovate it, and it might not be a big renovation. It might be just cosmetic work, or you might just need to get the systems up and working. And what I mean by the systems I mean the air condition, the furnace, the plumbing, the electric. Like, you might just have to make sure all of those things are up and working and in good condition. Throw some paint on the walls, put some flooring down, and you might be good with that. Like, it just really depends on the property. So it can be a major renovation or it could be a very minor renovation. But either way it goes, it would be the best option because you're buying the property below market value. Once you have renovated the property, then you find someone to rent the property. Now, in the terms of a midterm rental, excuse me, these would be our guests. So they usually stay for 1 month or longer. Mine's is average of 3 months, right? But those guests count as rental income, and that will be considered whenever you go to a mortgage company or a bank and ask for them to refinance the house. That is going to be considered income. It's generating revenue. So they're going to take that into account when they're looking at refinancing the property. Okay. Now, that just leads me to the last R, which is refinance, right? So you bought the property at a discount, you've renovated, so you now have brought the value up. You've put a tenant in it, which makes it more valuable because it's making money for you. Now you're going to refinance it. Excuse me. You're going to refinance it, and the bank is going to take a look at all of this. And so a property that you might have purchased for, let's just say, to make it easy, $100,000. Okay, we're just making it easy numbers. It could be more, it could be less. All right. A property you bought for $100,000. You might have spent $20,000 renovating it. So that now brings it up to $120,000. Well, now the value of that when it's appraised and you have a tenant in it may be $200,000. Okay. So you've only put in 120, but it's worth 200. So when you go to refinance it, and it also depends on who you're refinancing your property through. Sometimes they'll give you the appraisal amount. Sometimes they'll give you a percentage of the appraisal amount. So maybe they'll refinance up to 70% of the value of the home, or 80%. It really, again, depends on who you're refinancing through. And, this can be called a refinance. It could be called a cash out. It could be a home equity loan. All of those things are going to be different. So those are some things you would have to look into. But the point is that you have put your money into the property. You're getting a chunk of money back out of the property because you've raised the value of it, and you're still making a monthly profit off of that property because you have your midterm rental guest in it. And we know that your midterm rental guests are paying way more than a long-term renter, right? So you're winning on all aspects if you go this route. This is what I am now focusing on. The housing market is just, we all know, it's high, it's up, it's at the top. Houses are too much. I am not overbidding. I am not getting into a bidding war with other people. My investor head will not allow me to do that. I have literally put a contract on a house for cash, and I have backed out of the contract because people were overbidding, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I've backed out of the bidding wars. I've backed out of contracts. Like, I don't want to pay over $20,000 more for this property when I know it's going to go down like in another year or two, and it won't be worth this amount, and I still am responsible for paying this amount. Like, I just can't do it. Sorry. So because of that, I am now focusing on finding cheaper properties that need work and using those as my midterm rentals. Now, it does become a little bit more difficult because there's a smaller amount of houses to pick from, especially when you are looking in certain areas that are popular, because you're not the only one that wants property in those areas. So it is going to be competitive, but I am patient and I will take my time, because it's not like I'm not already paying my bills and comfortable. This is just more. This is still growing my wealth. So I'm okay with doing that. All right. So that is the BRRRR method. That is how you can use the BRRRR method for your midterm rentals. So if you are in a position where you're able to buy properties and you don't mind putting in a little bit of work, or hiring people to put the work in for you, and you don't mind dealing with the contractors and this and that, this could be a great option for you. Okay. Especially if you want to get more than one property. This is the absolute, I think, the best option. It's a win-win situation. Now, if you don't want to do all that and you just want to make it easy and find something move-in ready, you can definitely do that. You can definitely go get a realtor and buy a house. You're just going to spend more money. Now, remember, not only are you buying the house, you also have to furnish the house and put everything else that needs to go into it. So that adds up. So if I could cut my costs as much as possible and still have a great product, that is what I am going to do. All right. I hope that helps. I am going to have other videos with a wholesaler, which is a person you can find discounted properties from. I'm going to do videos about that, or at least one video, so that you can hear the perspective of a wholesaler, someone who provides these types of discounted housing to people for sale, and get their perspective and more information about that. All right. Now, hopefully that helps. You can do more research on the BRRRR method. There's plenty of information out there. It's BRRRR. You can type it in YouTube, look at some videos. There's plenty out there to look at. You can just Google it, read about it, whatever you want to do. But it's definitely worth learning about if you're in the position to buy property and don't mind putting in some work or spending the money to get the property renovated. All right. Okay. So make sure you check below for my freebies that I give away. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, or you want my online course, that's all below in the description. You can take a look at that and choose what you want to do. And I will talk to you later. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.